Okay, this is what I call the south building's yard on the back side, and when I send the measurements out to everybody, you will be able to visualize them. This is the back of the indoor-outdoor runs on the south building. This is the building that definitely this whole wall needs to be torn off and insulation put in it, because it looks like it was never insulated when you look at the bare wood. The cement divided runs are still up, and so we would just need to add the top fencing and roofing, which I'm not sure if we get the grant from Verizon, then that will be for fencing. Okay, so that's outside of the building. This fencing, some of it is good fencing, some of it isn't, but it's also not very tall, so we definitely would need to re-fence the side here and that side over there. And I included those measurements in prior emails, and also included them to Allison when she was asking about fencing for estimates. These are the inside of those, the south side of the building's inside kennels. Wood needing to be replaced, repaired. The trim down here, the upper part actually looks good. They do have drains. The drains do work. As you can see by these doors, the doors definitely need to be replaced. And those are something the guys would have to make. And they're each like that. They all have the same measurements. The doggy doors are good. They need to be scrubbed down. And that's what the inside of most of the doors look like. So the inside of the doors would definitely be trimmed out in the plastic, that thick plastic, which I can show you right here. That's what they have used right here. It's a thick plastic they put on the walls. And that's what I talked about putting alongside these kennels or our kennels. And we actually need to invest in this right now for our kennels out in our boarding area. And what we would do is attach that plastic to the inside of our kennels that we have now. And when we move them to this place, then they're already taken care of. So that is an expense we need to do right now, is putting that barrier in between each one of the kennels that we have now. And we will have to do it one way or another, wherever we go. Our kennels need to have that separation for the dogs. I know most of you understand that. This has got some cracks in the foundation, which do not affect anything on the foundation. The people that actually put our foundation in didn't do a good job, and it's got cracks like these. You seal the cracks up, and these floors actually still have a good seal on them. The company that did ours and our kennel did not put a good seal on them, so the smell has stayed in them, and that's what we have to do now in the spring. We just didn't do it this fall because we didn't have the money. Okay, so you're seeing there. The furnace, actually, I like the way it is vented in the buildings, this one building, but it's so old. The vents itself won't have to be replaced, but definitely the furnace AC. It would save us money in the long run on utilities, And we do have some windows in here. As you can see, we already talked about that box will be moved and updated. And we actually might be a good spot to put it there. And then we don't lose this space there. And all that will be determined if we decide to do this. These are the indoor-outdoor kennels on the north side of the south building, if that makes sense. There are 5 of them. And like I said, I did give the measurements so that everybody has an idea of the measurements. This definitely, that we might have some leakage going on with the roof. Luckily, we do have the volunteers that know how to do all of this work. And as we've seen before, the extension cord being run right into that outlet. Okay.